We're going to go through a banded hip internal rotation, passive range hold, biased in hip abduction. Okay, so for this, you're going to need an elevation. Something like a box works generally quite well, and then a band to help pull you into position. So the setup will mimic something like this. Okay, again, my setup for looking for hip internal rotation. So if I wanted to find my end range, I would spiral my pelvis, turn my upper body towards my rear leg, to a point where if I try now to actively internally rotate the hip, i.e. lift the ankle off the box, it becomes near impossible. If I was to go a little bit further, I'm trying, it's not happening. So if I want to come out of that end range, I can actually turn my pelvis away in the other direction. And then if you watch, it's an easier task for me to internally rotate that hip. We want to be somewhere with this exercise where we can actually passively pull our hip into internal rotation and then actively hold it to a degree within or close to its end range if possible. So with the band, this band, I would feed it through my ankle. Okay, once again, setting back up onto the box. Like how you would try and find the setup for internal rotation pails and rails, you can play with specifics in terms of where you place your leg on the box. I could come off a little bit more and have the ankle resting freely. I can play with the knee angle. Okay, as it's a passive range hold, we're working on the rails contraction predominantly. So it's trying to contract and hold the muscles that live above those femur bones, above your leg bones. So if you were to palpate here on the side, you're looking for an area where it's quite cushiony above the leg bone. That area, your glute minimus, maximus, medius region, you want to be contracting. So from here, band is on the ankle. Then what I'm going to do is passively bring my hip into internal rotation by lifting the band up, okay? And then from here, I'm actively contracting that glute minimus, medius region, and then holding it. And then I'm taking slack off the band so I can loosen my grip on the band. I'm doing my best not to let any lag happen. So there may be a little lag, but the intention is to not let that happen and hold as best as you can for the prescribed amount of time, and then slowly parachute down. Reset, passively pull the hip into internal rotation, hold, contract this region, and then slowly release tension on the band. Slowly hold for the prescribed time, and then slowly parachute down. So that is a banded hip internal rotation, biased in hip abduction.